Good evening, everyone. It's Mr. Joel, your cryptocurrency educator. Tonight, I'm going to talk about a few different things happening in cryptocurrency. The first one being banks. Why are banks and credit card companies stopping you guys from accessing cryptocurrency? One reason, and it's a very good one. Ever heard of bankrupt people going bankrupt at all? No? Well, if you have, you would know that anyone that buys crypto can hide it quite easily. What do governments look for when you go bankrupt? They look for what you've hidden. Now, guess what? It's really hard for them to track cryptocurrencies, especially if they're decentralized, right? Ripple, they're no problem. They can do whatever they want. They seize all your shit, no problem. Now, if it's not Ripple, they can't do anything. Well, there's some of them, other ones that are also kind of centralized. But if you put in a very decentralized privacy coins and you put all your money into it and then went bankrupt, it'd be really hard for them to prove that you had all your money into those coins, unless you did it through Coinbase, which would be stupid. So why are they doing it? They're doing it to protect themselves from people that are greedy, that will basically bankrupt their own companies to buy a shitload of cryptocurrencies and then, say they're bankrupt. They have no money. They lost all their money. They did something stupid. We lost it all in the crypto market. Whatever they say, they can't prove that they did not do that. Okay? So this is most likely, 99% I'm sure, why they're doing it. They're protecting their assets. Okay? They don't want to pay and put the bill for people to spend a ton of money on cryptocurrencies and then go bankrupt and screw the bank. So this is the main reason I'm sure of why the credit cards are being canceled or blocked. Now, PayPal also had the issue, but again, with credit card purchases of crypto via your PayPal, okay, they also blocked that as well. This is a smart move by anyone who owns any company. You don't want to get screwed that way, because when someone goes bankrupt, you end up footing the bill. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So keep that in mind. That's just straight up FUD, and it's being spun in a different way, but generally it's just to protect themselves, and there's nothing wrong with them doing that, even though we all love to see the banks blow up, basically, because they steal so much of our money by making money on it and keeping a ton for themselves, and then firing everyone they have, saying they don't have enough money, which makes no sense. But the point is, we don't want it to blow up the system, because there's going to be a lot of people that have money in the systems that would lose, and we don't want that to happen to anyone, right? And we don't want 2008 to happen to anyone ever again, right? And remember, every 10 years, the stock market actually blows up. So it's very likely this year we're going to see the stock market kind of go and have a very bearish 1 or 2 years. Very possible. 2008 took 1.5 years for them to get out of that. And that was with the bailout. Remember, if they didn't bail them out, geez, that would have been way worse. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, the stock market, if it goes down, likely people will pull some of their profits and put them in crypto if the crypto market starts to go back up. Here's another cautionary tale for you guys. If, and this is only if you have been seeing the market jump, it has waves and it goes, and it goes like, and it goes, and it goes. Expect one more. I know that the market jumped I was up a lot today. I'm not going to say numbers, but I was up a lot, okay? And I was probably up on my portfolio total about 25% today at one point. And that was tonight, that was an hour ago. And I looked at my fib chart and I went, that's a false signal. They're just pumping it to make people put money in, and then they're going to pull profit again. That's what I felt like. Now I go to now watch this. We literally, an hour ago, when I checked, I just want to see what it is right now to see if I'm wrong or if I'm right. So let's go have a quick chat or a quick look at CoinMarketCap. All right, so we're at CoinMarketCap. Let's give it, oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. ADA, when I checked an hour ago, was 14% up. Now, here's what I want you to look at, though. The 24-hour. Look at the 24-hour for the top 100. Only Nano. Only Nano. Literally. Nano, Funfair, and that's it. Nano and Funfair are literally the only two cryptocurrencies that are down in the last 24 hours. So that's promising. This is what they're trying to show you. I do not believe it. Not that I don't believe in the market. I don't believe that Bitcoin getting back to this level is enough. Okay? So, what I want to tell you guys is this. Don't let the false signals persuade you to buy too early. Have some patience. Always you should have patience in all the markets. But really have patience right now with this market. Okay? Be patient. And when you buy, wait for when it is the minus 10 or minus 15%. Okay? Don't buy it when it's now kind of slowly coming up. Buy it when it's really in a bloodbath. Okay? So if you'd bought ADA when it walked down to 35 cents, good job. You're going to do really well this year. All right. So yes, and there's people that say ADA doesn't have a working product. Well, they have like 14 projects they're working on it right now, and they're all in the works. And once the roadmap, they start meeting some of those things in the roadmap, they're going to demolish the market. They're going to be so much bigger than people realize. But the ones that hate ADA, do some more research, man, because if you haven't done your research, that's the only reason why you would have a hate on for ADA. You may think it's ready for a correction or whatever. That's possible, but I'm very bullish on that one, especially for 2018 and 2019. It's going to do really, really well. And I do think the market's going to do really well too this year. It's just going to take at least 2 more weeks. So my buddy Steven did a chronological assessment of the market, and what it shows us where it's going to be in a month. So what we're thinking, and I mean, these are assessments with TA and chronological assessments, so they're not 100% accurate all the time. But what we're going to probably see is this. Another week and a half or so, maybe 2, possibly up to 3 weeks of waves. And if you're riding those waves up and you're selling on the way down, you're doing really good. If you had bought yesterday, and then an hour ago sold all your stuff when it was up 20%, amazing. Then you could rebuy it after the next dip that happens. But if that next dip doesn't happen, that's when you kind of have to worry. So if you're not a professional trader, don't do it. I wouldn't suggest doing it unless you really know what you're doing. And that's really, really sound advice, because even some traders aren't doing it. Keep that in mind. In a volatile market, you don't try to play the market. You kind of let your coins do the speaking for you and your research do the speaking for you. Okay? So keep all that in mind, and remember that this market will recover. February, probably the end of February, we're going to see it at 13,000 for Bitcoin. 13,000. Cliff High said 13,800 or so. So I think he's going to be pretty bang on with that. A lot of FUD is going to be pushed under the carpet once people get FOMO again. Remember that. The second people start putting lots of money into crypto, people will get FOMO, and the FUD won't matter. People will be buying regardless, because they'll see it go up and they don't want to miss out. And it makes sense. Straight up makes sense. I'm also been, what really keeps my hopes high, and I always don't really stress, but what kept my, even when I was down, 100% on my portfolio, even though I was up more than that before, I was down 100%. I was freaking out a little bit on the inside. Everyone does, and at the same time, I was like, no, I'm good. And I told myself, you know what, that's emotional. And that's what you need to do for yourself. Check yourself. Don't wreck yourself. You'll wreck yourself if you let emotion guide your trading. So if you feel like you're being emotional, stop yourself from what you're doing. Ask yourself a couple questions like, am I buying or selling with emotion? Do I feel emotional right now? And when you answer yes to any of those types of questions, generally stop and don't do anything. So here's a couple things I want to tell you guys to make your minds a little bit at ease. Number one, there's a group. There's actually a few groups, but there's a big group in a country that I'm talking to. I'm trying to work out a deal with. I have someone I know. Well, I have people I know that are well into Bitcoin, okay? Let's put it that way. And we're looking at doing a $500 million deal with these big players for Bitcoin only. Okay, if that doesn't give you hope, nothing should. And it's not just this one group of people that want it. There are 6 or 7 groups of people that I know of personally, groups, companies, etc., that are looking to buy 10 to 50,000 Bitcoin. Seriously, not bullcrap. Seriously. Especially right now because it's cheap. It'll never be this cheap again. I tell people this every single time. They go, "You're a liar." And I say, never will it be this cheap again. It won't. And if it is, it's probably not a good thing for Bitcoin if it ever gets down to 7,400, 7,500 again. But that's FUD I just created. Don't listen to that because that might be bullcrap too. Bitcoin does this every single year. It goes up and down, up and down. Don't let it affect your judgment of it. And if you're not into Bitcoin and you don't really believe in Bitcoin being the king, that's fine. Invest in altcoins that are really good. Just know that Bitcoin, when it's really down, will affect your altcoins at least for now until it is not king anymore. Because really everything is dictated by Bitcoin. Know that and you're all right. I also heard, I haven't confirmed this yet, so let's actually go check the internet together as a group. I'm going to show you guys some stuff that I do on the internet to kind of learn some new things. So first thing I'm going to do, I want to look up, hold on a second here. I want to look up this. Okay. This is what I'm going to be doing my next video on. Just want to show you guys. Blockchain killing Netflix and cable. Okay. This project, I'm going to do a quick overview of for you guys. Talk about the roadmap, the advisors, the team. Go a little bit into the white paper, not too much because it takes obviously way too long to do that with you guys. But I'll kind of point out a few things while I read it with you again. And now I'm going to go and look up Bitcoin to buy a soccer player or to transfer. Let me see. Here we go. 3 days ago. 3 days ago, a Turkish sports club claims it is the world's first football team to purchase a player using Bitcoin. 22-year-old received 0.0524 in Bitcoin, 385 pounds, and Turkish lira as a part of the deal. Okay, so we're not talking huge money, but we're talking Bitcoin in the mainstream, right? That is huge, right? If you're starting to see this kind of stuff being used mainstream, do you really believe that this blockchain, this cryptocurrency market is really going to be going away anytime soon? Even the people that don't like Bitcoin love blockchain. Keep that in mind. Blockchain is changing the world. If you don't understand what blockchain is, it's actually a quite simple concept. I posted a video yesterday. It's like a minute. You know what? I'm going to let you guys watch this video. I think you watching this video is better than even me explaining it because it's a perfect explanation of what blockchain is in 48 seconds, and you'll understand it, and it will make kind of sense. That's more important to me, that you guys understand what we're talking about when we say blockchain than anything else, okay? So I'm just going to go and pull that up quick, and then I'm going to show you guys. And I want you to see what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking to talk. I'm actually showing you something that's worth value to yourself, because information and knowledge is power. All right, so if you guys haven't used it before or seen it, I would love for you guys to join my cryptocurrency education Facebook page. Now, it's just facebook.com/cryptocurrency education 101. I'm going to find the post that I posted yesterday. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to show you guys in 42 seconds what blockchain is, okay? So I'm going to let you guys watch that, and I'm going to play it out loud so you can see it and listen.
What a blockchain fundamentally is it's a piece of infrastructure just like the internet, right? It's a little bit distinct because there's different ones, but in the same way that Facebook is built on top of the internet, Bitcoin is an application that's built on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. You should think about blockchain as infrastructure for building this new class of protocols called decentralized applications, which include things like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and crypto crypto assets, but also include other things like education systems where your credentials can't be revoked. So even if you get evicted from your home because of political unrest, you can be sure you'll be able to get a job wherever you have to flee to. And so that's what you should think about blockchain as: an architecture, a protocol, or a series of protocols that allow you to build decentralized applications.
All right, so I feel like that in itself explains it for you. So it's the thing that you build on, right? So we all know what infrastructure is. It's what countries are based off of, and how we build countries and make them better. So think of blockchain as the infrastructure, and Bitcoin the main one that started off the blockchain, and people will be using it. And what he just actually referenced was something that CopyTrack, ICO, is actually working to do, is to put all your documents completely authenticated onto a blockchain. And no matter where you go, you don't need to go to a university and ask for your transcript or anything. It'll already be on the blockchain through through that company. And that company will release that to other people. So when you need a visa, or you need to get a job, or they need your documents that you actually went to university, guess what? It's so much easier for everyone to know that you actually did or didn't. So someone who falsified documents before and said they went to Harvard and got away with it will never, ever be able to get away with it ever again. So it actually makes things a lot better. And the decentralized aspect is that the government doesn't control everything, which is really nice. So I want to give you guys that so you could understand how, when people are talking about blockchain, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about the thing that sets up all these companies to do what they're trying to do. And it's more efficient than the internet, and it's safer than the internet, and it's more secure than the internet, right? So we can kind of trust it a lot more than other things. Like the internet is obviously not very trustworthy place, right? Whereas the blockchain will be well, not the blockchain, but yeah, I guess technically the blockchain will be a secure, safe place that you can go to, etc. All right, so that's what blockchain is. I hope that helps you understand it a little bit better, because it is important to understand what that is before you buy cryptocurrency in general. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to give you an update, and also I really do caution you to stop, not to stop. I caution you to not get too excited yet. Okay, I want you guys to realize that if you go and spend your bag today, it is very likely that we're going to see another dip, which is fine. If you did spend your bag today already, don't worry about it. It'll dip again. It may go down to 7,500 again. It may not. But if it does, don't be surprised, because I'm trying to tell you ahead of time so you don't freak out and panic. If it does, it does. No problem. Don't worry about it so much. Because after this next dip, I'm almost certain that the third dip, the triple low, will go up. Usually when we see on a chart it go down 3 times, 3 dips, generally will lead to increase after. And we already kind of see some volumes increasing for Bitcoin, so it likely will be going up. Okay, but it might dip a little bit and then it will come back up even more, and that's okay too. But I wanted to give you that cautionary tale, because what I saw today was, oh my God, everything went up 10%. It was like, wow, that looks really good on the hour chart. But then I started seeing the RSI, and things were not looking as good as they were on CoinMarketCap. So you have to actually kind of start learning a little bit of PA and how to do a Fibonacci chart at very least for retracement, so you can see, so you can actually kind of see where it might go and where it is going. And when someone sends you a signal or for a trade, you know what they're talking about when they say target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, target 5. It's good to know as well. Okay. So yeah, you guys have a great evening or great day, depending on where you are. If you have questions, do leave comments or connect with me through my Facebook page, Cryptocurrency Education 101. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. I don't charge money for almost anything other than if you wanted an hour of my time. So if you have a question or something simple, or ask me to do a video on something that you're really curious to learn, please ask. I will help. I am here for you guys. Okay. So you guys have a great, whatever time it is, enjoy your weekend. Know that things are going to be okay. Know that you have some hope because things went up today, but remember, they're likely to go down one more time before they come all the way back up. And we're looking for the positive flow of things to start in the middle of February, near to the end of February. So that's when we're feeling, that's when charts and chronological analysis are showing us that things will stop bleeding, completely stop bleeding, and kind of start going back on the path of non-resistance, of ascension, back up, okay? We do know that two things as well, before I leave you guys. Sorry, I know I do this a lot. Two things. Number one, this is going into mass adoption, and there are a lot of people that want to buy into crypto, especially right now, because they know it's going to go up. And if they talk to people like me, they're probably excited to buy right now. And number two, we're just getting started, guys. 450, 460 billion is nothing. It's nothing. If we get half, whatever you have right now, if you have $50,000 in coins total, I'm gonna give you guys a really easy statistic. If you're in good projects, all the good projects from 2017 to 2018 went over 1,000% up. So whatever you have this year, if it goes up another 1,000% and you have 50 grand in, how much money will you have next year? You'll have $500,000. It's 10 times what you actually put in, and that's low. Ripple last year went up 80,000% or something stupid, like a stupid amount. It started at not even a penny, and it was like $4 $3.50 last year. Okay, just remember that. Okay, if you have patience and you have money in this market, you don't need to spend right now. It would be sitting in a bank account. Leave it, chill, relax. Okay. This is my, not financial advice, this is my personal opinion about what you guys should be doing with when you're thinking about what you can do, okay? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a teacher and an educator, okay? So I'm telling you what I would possibly do. You do not have to do anything I tell you. You don't have to buy anything that I think you should buy. It's my opinion. But what I'm telling you is, as an educator, as someone who's, teaching business to students in an international school, I do have an understanding, and I do also know how to teach other people how to do this stuff. And I can find a way, if you don't get it the first time, that you will get it, because that's what I do with high school kids. So keep that in mind, all right? I'm here for you guys to help you, all right? If you need anything, please, please ask. Don't be the person who was like, oh, I should have just asked them this and I didn't, and I lost $3,000. Happens every single day to people. Don't be the guy who never asks a question. Ask. We're here to help. Go to Crypto Warriors. We're there to help. Go to Cryptocurrency Education on Facebook. I'm there to help. We're all here to help you guys, man. We want this revolution to happen, and we're not only focused on Lambos and mooning and all that bull crap, all right? People that talk about Lambos and mooning, don't talk to those people. They're going to ruin you. They're going to tell you to buy a coin that you shouldn't be buying on bad fundamentals completely. Buy stuff that you do research on. Watch my next video for Theta Token. I'm going to be showing you guys how you should be doing research. And this is extremely important if you want to be successful long-term, especially if you're buying long-term. Trading, not so much. Doesn't really matter as much. Long-term holds are what are going to make you money in any market. If you have staying power. Remember, let's look at the projects. Check out the next video for Theta Token. See you guys later. Have a great night.